You are watching Travel World Online.
Happy to be associated with development works under Prasad scheme, President Murmu. Ita Airways expands intercontinental network. Scenic beauty of Tripura's Montang draws nature lovers. Desert Adventures partners with global destinations, science pact to increase visibility and demand for products in India. Oyo had 4.5 lakh bookings on New Year Eve, says founder Ritesh Agarwal. Indian travel industry is expecting an upward trend to continue in 2023. President of India Draupadi Murmu has laid the foundation stone for the project development of pilgrimage facilities at Bhadrachalam group of temples at Sri Sita Ramachandra Swamivari Devasthanam, Bhadrachalam, in the Bhadradri Kothagudem district of Telangana. The president noted,
इन विकास कार्यों से आध्यात्मिक और सांस्कृतिक पर्यटनों का बढ़ावा भी मिलता है। विदेश में आने वाले पर्यटकों तथा डोमेस्टिक टूरिस्ट में भी बहुत बड़ी संख्या तीर्थ यात्रा करने वाले लोगों की होती है। इस प्रकार घरेलू पर्यटन के विकास में तीर्थ स्थलों के पर्यटन का बहुत बड़ा योगदान होता है।
Lesser known destination Montang, perched on the Athramura hill range in Tripura's Khowai district, is emerging as a new draw for tourists due to its scenic beauty. This non-descriptive place is gaining popularity among locals and tourists from other states as the Mountain of Peace. People of the local Tripuri community visits the destination to see floating clouds from proximity. The site is about 80 km from the state capital Agartala. Desert Adventures Tourism, an acknowledged leader in destination management company, DMC, services in UAE, Oman and Jordan, has appointed Global Destinations as the India representative effective immediately, in a planned initiative to provide stimulus to their current business and supplement their growth in the high-potential Indian outbound travel market. Desert Adventures collaboration will focus on building further awareness.
Well, there have been a number of achievements which ITO has done this year. Some of them, like we were able to restore the e-tourist visas for UK, Canada, and Malaysia, and trying for the other countries also. TCS for our clients, for our members, for inbound was resolved, and the old notification was cancelled by the Government of India, and there is no TCS now on foreign clients. There have been some achievements in GST. At certain points which we wanted to get amended, they were amended by the GST Council. These are some of the things which we have done, although there are plenty of things which we have achieved in the last 1 year. Going forward, we are now looking forward of the Ministry of Tourism participating in the various trade exhibitions, at least giving MDA support for those events. We want the road shows to start, which detailed calendar is being sent to the ministry next week. And most important, we want the both the print and electronic media advertisements, things to start abroad. The Ministry of Tourism should again restart the fam trips for the foreign tour operators, bloggers, medias into India.
Let us be happy that 2022 was definitely a better year than 2021. It was a year of recovery. It was a year of getting business back on track. It was a business that has to be got back on track responsibly. The three things that TAFE achieved in 2022 is number one, we added to our membership base. We added almost 100 new members in the last year, in the current year really. Then we opened a new chapter in Jammu and Kashmir, the 12th TAFE chapter across the country. It's a chapter and it's a state that has tremendous potential in terms of development for tourism. And we look forward to having a very vibrant chapter there. We also did a very successful convention in Sarawak, Malaysia, which was very well attended. And it was a productive convention because we had good knowledge and we had good networking, both. People also discovered a new destination for the Indian travel market. Apart from this, we've also revamped our website and we're offering almost 100 courses to our members, totally free of cost. These are sector specific, to do with tourism and travel, as well as skills upgrading, soft skills. So this is something that we think is going to be necessary going forward because the market has changed, the consumer has changed. The travel agent and the tour operator also needs to reskill himself or herself in order to cater to the new traveler. Going forward into 2023, sustainability is going to be a key thrust area, which we will talk with our members, raise awareness, and try to bring more responsible and more sustainable practices into the tourism business. Because we all realize that nature, her bounty is infinite, but her forgiveness is not. And therefore, you need to treat the planet with respect because tourism only survives if the planet survives with its natural biodiversity. India has taken up the presidency of the G20. This is an opportunity for us to spread the word of all that India stands for and all that we have to offer to the world. So we have also looked at the issue of gender parity, which is something that we can definitely take up in the tourism industry, considering that more than 70% of the workforce is female. So going into 2023, we're looking at a revived business, but a responsible business and one that is done with care for the planet. So very happy New Year to all.
One of the biggest achievement has been getting the years of the government and the policymakers in ample measure. For example, we have been able to have meetings with the Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, ministers, and also the parliamentary standing committees. Apart from that, we have been able to have a great reach on the media through our journal, which was started only a year and a half back, that is the Engage. The second achievement, of course, was that we got the states energized to a large extent. And some of the states have come up with giving industry status to the hospitality and tourism industry. So that also is something which we have looked upon as a great achievement. Third was the resilience that the industry had shown. All of us together create that atmosphere of hope and expectation, and also bringing the industry to a great extent to be aligned with the requirement of the global tourism and hospitality industry, which is the concern for sustainability. So I think all our members have been aligned fully. They have done a lot on those sustainability areas. And apart from that, the Hotel Association itself has partnered with WTTC on a global sustainability initiative. We have quite a lot of other things. Well, 2023 is, we believe we have to continue what we are doing. Our main objective is to ensure that the government puts tourism where it belongs as a very important element of the total economic planning of the country. As you know, the United Nations had a very unprecedented meeting this year, which is going to be last year, discussing tourism and its role in inclusive growth. And they made an appeal to all the governments to put tourism in the proper perspective in planning of the economies. And I think that is one objective we are largely moving towards. And so if we can achieve that, all other demands that we ask for will follow. So, on the hospitality sector, we have been saying that the Vision 47 that the Tourism Ministry or the Government of India have crafted out requires people to come in, and there is a gap between the demand and supply side so far as accommodation is concerned. And our request has been that allow the concept of Atmanirbhar to flow into the hospitality sector. Let our industry bring up all the investments required to meet the gap that we see in supply and demand in accommodation, which is a crucial aspect of the future. And there we find that the giving infrastructure status would be a good incentive, which will pay back in large measure much more than it costs to the government. And that is another area which we are following. The third area that we are very keen to follow up strongly in the larger interest of the industry and larger interest of tourism as a whole is that to create a very constructive and dynamic public-private partnership in the form of setting up of the National Tourism Board, which has been talked about. We'd like to see the National Tourism Board become a real channel for public-private partnership. Apart from that, we have a lot on the agenda because this year is going to be crucial so far as the industry is concerned, as how we adapt to technology, which is permeating the entire sector like never before. And adapting to technology, use of data for customer satisfaction and contact, for productivity, for profit, online presence of the industry. These are the areas where we are putting maximum attention to. And we are also putting a lot of attention to a problem which is globally the industry is facing, which is about manpower skilling. Not only skilling, that we are having a problem of shortage of manpower. How to realign the industry's human resource management policies to ensure that you attract more people and skilled people and qualified people to the industry is another area that will perhaps require a lot of attention.
2022, what we got is that at last the government has started listening to us, and we have been demanding like tourism policy last 20-25 years. We are demanding National Tourism Board last so many years, and the government is looking now very serious, and they're calling all stakeholders and they're listening to us and trying to put their point of view and taking our point of view and going for the best solutions. The government is looking really serious. We wish that with our efforts, the government takes the corrective measures. Let's say corrective in the sense, if you have got any flaws in our system, so we all need to address those flaws, and we take corrective measures for that. And preventive measures is that if let's say there's some problem, some highway, there's a black point is there, so we need to remove that black point. So we need to take those kind of preventive measures, and then we have to look for growth. Growth is always created by supply. See, my always theory is demand is always created, and to create demand, the supply has to be there. I am very positive because of G20. And next 8 to 10 months, there are more than 200 events lined up all over India, which is really good for tourism, good for hotels, good for everybody, good for tourism, good for hotels or for transport companies. I don't have much expectation this year except the G20. But next year onward, I feel so. We should get we should really get a big pie of tourism of the world.
You are watching Travel World Online.